Now, it seems like since the beginning of time, there's always been a huge debate on what muscle groups females find the most attractive. So today, I'm gonna list out the 3 main muscle groups that females find the most attractive based on my own experience and what I see on a day-to-day basis. A little disclaimer, I don't want you guys to be like, oh, Robin said girls love back, so I'm only gonna train back. No, bro, you have to have it all. You must be proportionate, right? I'm just letting you know that when a girl looks at you, these are gonna be the 3 main muscle groups that she's gonna notice the most and be the most attracted to. And fellas, don't fall for these lies that these girls will tell you. These women will sit up here and lie and say they don't like muscles when they're fucking Chad and Tyrone. Come on, bro. You gotta be smarter than that. These women will lie up and down. They will swear on their life that they do not like a muscular man, and they'll be fucking dudes like me, right? I've heard it too many times, you know. Too many messages I've gotten girls that say, oh, I don't like muscular guys, but I like you for some reason. Why do you like me? Why do you think you like me? Let's be real. And again, guys, you do not have to be the biggest, right? When I say these muscle groups, I'm not saying you have to be bodybuilder, IFBB pro level, right? I'm not saying you have to be chiseled to the bone. I'm not saying you have to be Ronnie Coleman or Arnold Schwarzenegger. All I'm saying is if you build up these muscle groups and make them a priority, your experiences with women will be 10 times better and a lot more girls will be attracted to you. So again, these are gonna be the 3 main muscle groups to focus on, but I'm also gonna throw in some honorable mentions at the end. All right, so for the first one, that's right, it's gonna be back. Now this is the most controversial. For some reason, I don't know why you guys don't think the back is one of the most attractive muscle groups. I honestly think the reason why you guys think this way is simply because you guys are thinking with a male gaze. You're looking at it from a male's point of view, right? You have to look at it from a female's point of view. Guys, when you're on top, right, and she's grabbing your back, do you think she wants to feel love handles and flabs and a bunch of fat? No, bro. When she's digging her nails into your back, she wants to feel that muscle. You know, she wants to feel something she can grab on. She wants to feel something that's hard and sturdy, right? Guys, as soon as she digs her nails into your back and she feels all that muscle, bro, she's gonna be soaked, bro. I guarantee you, brother, she's gonna be soaked. That's inevitable. Main thing that makes this muscle group so attractive is simply because it creates that V taper, right? It makes you wider at the top and then slimmer naturally at the waist, right? Even if you don't have a small waist to begin with, you just creating that wide back is naturally gonna make it look like you have that V taper. Even if you're a skinny dude, just being wide makes you look bigger when in reality you're not that big, right? But it just gives off that illusion, right? It's kind of like the peacock effect. You just naturally look bigger once you have wider lats, right? You have bigger lats. And just off of the fact that it's one of the biggest muscle groups, guys, there's so many muscles in the back. If you have a chiseled back, it just looks so elite, right? You look cold, bro. I remember when I first started getting noticeable gains, all the girls at my job would notice before I did, right? Because again, like I said, me looking at it from a male gaze, I'm not thinking that a wide back is attractive to these girls, but you know, as I'm working, they're noticing it, right? I remember I used to work at Publix, which is a grocery store. Guys, we used to have our aprons, right? So the aprons, obviously it would come out on the front and then it would expose your back, right? So as I'm stocking the shelves, as I'm doing my daily task at work, they can see that, they can see my back. And obviously, even now, guys, I get so many compliments on my back from these females, man. It's honestly crazy. When you're on top or, you know, you guys are face to face and she's grabbing your back, bro, I'm telling you, off of personal experience, that gets them soaked, bro. Just having a nice sculpted back is different. You stand out from 99% of men, right? 99% of men do not have a nice back, a nice chiseled back. Because a lot of you guys are not training back properly. That's number 1. But number 2, a lot of you guys just don't care about it. I literally made a post about this the other day. A bunch of girls were swiping up and one girl even DM'd me. She was like, oh yeah, it definitely is. So I'm telling you guys, man, the proof is in the pudding, bro. Like, you guys can believe what you want to believe, but I'm telling you the truth, brother. I'm telling you the truth. This is off of straight experience. I've never got this many compliments from women for any other muscle group. All right, number 2, arms, but I specifically highlighted the biceps. And the reason for this is, yes, your triceps make up your arm and also make your arm look bigger. But I'm telling you, man, when you have nice full biceps and girls can see the veins in them and they can see the thickness and the width, bro, I'm telling you, girls go crazy over that. And it's funny because for some reason, I don't know if this is a European thing. All my brothers in Europe, let me know if this is a European thing. I've been with 3 European girls my whole entire life. And every single time I'm out with them, right? Say for example, we're walking on the street, you know, we're walking to a restaurant. They'll always be like clinged up to my arm, and they'll always wrap their arm around my bicep, right? And they'll always like squeeze my bicep. I don't know if that's a European thing, because whenever I'm out with an American girl, it's like, I don't know if they feel safe in their own country or what, but they don't cling on to me like that. They don't grab my arm like that in public, right? They usually wait until we're in private, you know, we're back at the crib or whatever, wherever we're at, to do that. But these European girls, they do all that shit in public, right? They're always clinging on my arm, you know, feeling my bicep, you know, making comments about my bicep. So it's like, I don't know if that's a European thing. Let me know, guys. But anyways, guys, the biceps, bro, I'm telling you, train your biceps, not for the length, right? But for the width, right? The thickness. That's what gets them, and that's what makes your shirts look a lot better, right? That's what makes your shirts look 10 times better. When those sleeves are hugging your arms, those sleeves are hugging your biceps, and you got the veins, bro, you're too elite. At that point, you're too elite, bro. Nobody can fuck with you at that point, bro. I'm telling you, you guys gotta work on your biceps, bro. Work on getting that width. As far as attractiveness, I'd say the width matters more than the peak for biceps. If you guys want a separate video on the most effective ways to train these 3 muscle groups, let me know down below in the comment section. And like I said earlier, yeah, of course the triceps matter. Those are what make your arm look big overall. But I'm telling you, man, the biceps really get their attention, bro. I'm telling you. For the last muscle group, and the last one is gonna be shoulders. Guys, I can't put the back and not include the shoulders. The shoulders complete that V taper. Guys, if you have nice broad shoulders, she's not only gonna feel protected, but she's also gonna be attached. I'm telling you guys, man, that V taper is peak male physique. It just signals that you work harder than most men, right? You're bigger than most men. You can protect yourself, and you just demand attention. Like I said earlier, even if you're a little bit skinnier, the V taper still makes you look big, and it still looks good on you. Look at all the male models. They all have a nice V taper, right? They have the nice shoulders, they have a little bit of a wider back, and they have the very slim waist. That is what girls look for as far as attractiveness, right? That is what an attractive man looks like to a woman. But again, if you're wearing a nice fitted shirt, the sleeves are gonna hug the shoulders, right? And it's gonna insinuate that 3D look. If you have 3D bolder shoulders, it is going to be enhanced when you wear that nicely fitted shirt. There's a reason why that refrigerator build does not look good. It's not attractive. It turns women off. No matter if you're skinny or you're fat, you're gonna have the refrigerator build, right? Your waist is gonna be the same width as your shoulders and your back, right? It's all gonna be proportionate, which is not good. We don't want that type of proportion. The good thing about it is these two complement each other. If you have the nice 3D shoulders and then you have the nice big arms, that's an instant signal that you work out. This looks way better than a regular arm with no muscle definition. All right, time for the honorable mentions. Hope you guys can see that. Chest. A lot of you guys are probably wondering why I didn't add that in the first list. So you guys have to realize, yes, chest is a very attractive muscle group, but a lot of guys have not built up their chest. A lot of guys, it's hard for a lot of guys to build up their chest, right? So generally speaking, a lot of guys do not have a big chest. As whenever I'm at like a pool party or something, right? The girls was just like, they're in awe. They're like, how's this guy's chest bigger than mine, right? And they always ask me to do that little chest chick, right? That gets them every time. But yeah, man, the girls just want something to touch up on, right? You know, when you guys are laid up in bed, you know, she just wants something to feel on, right? Obviously, it looks very masculine, especially if you have that upper chest. That's another thing. A lot of you guys just build and focus on the middle to lower chest. Guys, if you build that upper chest, not only is it gonna show when you have your shirt off, but guys, when you throw on a nice fitted tee, you're also gonna see that upper chest protrude a little bit when you throw on a nice shirt. Build up your upper chest, throw on a nice black or white fitted tee, and bro, I'm telling you, the results you're gonna get from just that alone are gonna be crazy. So yeah, man, if you can build up that chest, especially the upper part, it's definitely gonna be a game changer. It's just not a muscle group that a lot of men develop. Number 2, veins. Now I know what you guys are gonna say. It's not a muscle group. However, guys, if you can get veins wherever, right? Your chest, your arms, your back, wherever, your abs, wherever, Girls notice that shit and they love it, bro. Girls love a vascular man. I don't know why, but they just love a vascular man, bro. Especially when you have them on your hands. I don't know why. They go crazy over veins, bro. So get vascular, right? You want to get ideally around like 15 to 10% body fat, bro. That's where your vascularity is going to be at its peak, right? 10 to 15% body fat. If you can get down there and then you build up all those muscle groups, bro, I'm telling you, bro, you're gonna notice a huge shift in the amount of girls that find you attractive, brother. I promise you. And for the last one. Now I know what you guys are saying. Ty, I'm trying to attract women, not guys, right? Now, for some odd reason, right? I don't know why, but guys, if you have nice glutes, right? These women notice that shit. I don't know why. It always comes up, right? If you can build up your glutes, if you can get them defined, bro, they love it. I don't know why, but they love it, bro. It's not a specific type of girl. It's usually all women. I don't know, man. Don't ask me why they're attracted to it. I don't know why. It's something sick and twisted in their heads that attracts them to the glutes, bro. I don't know what it is. And if I were to add one more, I would probably say quads, simply because women do love proportionate men, right? They don't like guys who are walking around with a big upper body, right? They have the V-taper up top, but they have skinny ass legs, right? They have skinny twigs for legs. Girls do not like that. I remember one time I was training a client at her house and her maid was talking, right? Her maid was Spanish, so they were talking in Spanish. And pretty much she was comparing me to another trainer that they were training with, right? And the other trainer they were training with, the dude was pretty much, he was built up top, right? He was swole up top, but he had no legs, right? And I have some pretty nice quads, right? So they were comparing me to him and they were saying like, yeah, you know, I like Ty's build more because he's a lot more proportionate, right? He has the V-taper, but he also has the legs. So yeah, man, when you're getting in the gym, you're focusing on your muscle groups, focus on the quads as well, right? Focus on the lower half as well, because women definitely notice that and they're definitely attracted. They're gonna be a lot more attracted to a well-proportionate man than a man who just has a V-taper. All right, guys, that was it for the video. One more thing that I also noticed too, a lot of you guys were telling me to train my neck. Guys, I am not an MMA fighter. I'm not a boxer. There's no need for me to train my neck, right? I'd argue that me training my neck and getting it extremely wide would probably throw off my proportions, right? Yes, obviously girls like a nice looking neck, but they don't want a fucking like linebacker's neck on a man. You know, it doesn't look right. Like guys, let's be real. No girl wants a dude that's walking around looking like Terrell Suggs, bro. Come on, let's be real. All right, guys, that was the end of the video. Like I said earlier, comment down below if you guys want me to make a video on the 3 most effective ways to train each of these muscle groups. But until next time, guys, I'm out.